everyone, today we're going to be installing this fifth wheel for the spare tire for the Jeep JK. So let's go ahead and start the install process. There you go, tire removed. Next step we're going to do is remove the passenger side tail light, because that's where we're going to run our wire to activate the functions like your parking light, your reverse light, and so on. So let's go ahead. It's only 2 screws that have to be removed. And 2. And once you remove these screws, all you gotta do is pull the tail light to the inside a little bit, and it'll come off, because on the other side you have some tabs right here, and these are the ones that lock on this side. Now all we gotta do is unplug our main connector. And there we go. All these components also come with our kit. This is a little module that controls your basically lights, how to function, and then your wheel actually goes connected here, okay? These smaller connectors are for your third brake light, which is a longer wire, as you can see, pretty long wire. Lastly is this one right here, which are the bigger connectors. These go to your tail lights. So it's kind of simple, plug and play. The first wires we're gonna start running right now through the car is gonna be for the third brake light. So let's go ahead and start that process. The next step is we're gonna feed our third brake light connectors first into the tail light through this hole that you're able to see through here. I'm putting my fingers in the hole. We're gonna feed them exactly in there, okay? Right now it's gonna get a little bit dark, so I'm gonna remove my light, but you have the idea where the wire should go. So I got the wires here, now I'm just gonna feed them. So push all the wire through, and as you can see, it's gone in and fell down, and it should be coming out through the wheel well shortly right now. The clips actually came out through the wheel well. We're gonna finish feeding the wire through. This is our spare wheel. We mounted only with 1 bolt to secure it so it doesn't fall off. But as you can see, it has this wire, and this is the wire we have to feed also through, kind of like our bumper through here. So it could go under, and then we'll tape it to our third brake light to bring it back up. So let's go ahead. First, we're gonna feed it through here. And then all we want to do, because we have a lot of slack, is probably tape it around here to feed it up. This is the third brake light connector. This is the connector for the wheel, LED wheel. All we're gonna do is just add some tape so both of them could be stuck together, and we could fish it back out through the wheel well. You don't need a lot, it's just a little bit. There's enough room and gap. So now let's start fishing it out. And there, as you can see, now we have it out. And all we have to do once we have it here is, of course, remove our tape. There we go. All right, so that's how you get the wires fished through properly. As you can see, all the connectors are gonna be meant to fit, so you can't get confused. The ones coming out from this smaller connector is gonna be for the wheel, and everything's color coded. You can see white, black, red, and same thing on the wheel. Okay, all 3 of those are nice and connected. We could put this a little bit back in. Next, it's gonna be this connector that you see here. This one goes in here. Okay, everything's nice and connected on our little box. Now the little box, we can put it in and just set it inside. There's a lot of room on this car for that little box. Next, of course, is gonna be our connector for the tail light, and the one that comes from the vehicle. So as I mentioned, this is all plug and play system, so no wire cutting, everything's meant to fit. And now that you have all that in there, you could actually put your tail light back on. Got our wire already fed properly for the third brake light. This aftermarket bumper, normally I would feed it through the hole right here, but since it's aftermarket, we're just gonna feed it through the side, because it has a pretty big gap. So just feed it to the side like I'm doing for this one, and that's it. Of course, we're gonna put this connectors that are plug and play to our third brake light. But in order to do that, first you gotta open your tailgate so you can have access to it. It's gonna be 4 Torx screws back here that have to be removed. T20 Torx screws, all of them. Once you remove it, as you can see, the front panel part, everything came out with our connector that we need access to. We have our third brake light. We're gonna just unplug it, and remove the wire from the actual housing, like so, and then we'll just set this one to the side for now. We have our brake light here. All we're gonna do is run our wire through the bottom of the spare wheel holder and feed it through the hole where this actual wire comes out through also. Now you can see we fed our wire through the spare tire holder. These are the ones for the third brake light. As you can see, it has kind of like a bridge because, like we mentioned, it's all plug and play. So one's gonna connect directly to the third brake light, then you have the other end, which the other end is gonna go to your car's connector, okay? So all you gotta do is plug it in, and then all you gotta do is fix the wires in here, so you can mount the piece back. As you can see, we already had our wires aligned. I put the bridge connector, say, right here tucked in at the bottom, so it doesn't get away of anything, and everything's mounted on the wire part. So let's go ahead and start mounting back our third brake light. First, we gotta prep it and clean it properly with some alcohol wherever we're gonna put these clips at. So I'm only gonna install 4 clips because I think that's all we need for this one. But we provide a total of 6, couple of extra ones in case you need some. But I think 4 should do the job. Nice and prep, we're just gonna go ahead and start putting these little clips where we want them to go. Once you put them on, just hold them for like 20 seconds or 3 amps so they grip really well. Our next step is going to be, of course, mounting the spare tire back to the appropriate position of the studs. And there we go. Just push it all the way back and put a couple of lug nuts to secure it so it doesn't fall back down and hit your foot or something. There you go, tires mounted, and you can see clearly where the light's gonna be putting the output through, so you have a better output for your reverse, brake light, parking, and so on.